I've used this lens in the past, but I've never got a chance around to making a review on it. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on this lens and my overall shooting experience with this lens. Right off the bat, as soon as you pick this lens up, you're gonna notice the weight. It's a nice chunk of glass. And if there's one thing I do not like about this lens, it's the aperture dial. It is clickless, and this is just from a photographer's perspective, but I'm sure videographers wouldn't mind it being clickless. I like having that tactile feedback on my manual lenses. It just makes it easier to know which f-stop I'm at. It also stops the f-stop in its track. The problem with having it clickless is sometimes it moves by itself. When you're moving around, it just slightly moves a little, and this could throw you off when you're shooting. You could be in a totally different f-stop and you wouldn't even know. I do like the manual focusing on this lens. I find that I've been getting good results mixed with the Fujifilm's focus peaking feature. It does make it quite easy to nail a shot even at f0.95. This lens has a 52mm filter thread size, and at a minimum focusing distance, it's at 37cm, which is not bad for something of this focal length. I do like how this lens looks with its black design. Gives it a nice sleek look. And the lens cap, we have to talk about this lens cap. It sucks. If you make a lens cap, at least make it snug and secure. This one doesn't even twist. Like, it just falls off, and it's like, you know, it doesn't even twist on. It's just there. Like, what the hell? You can just do this and then it's gone. So putting this in your bag, like, it's gonna pop off for sure. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the lens cap. But other than that, I love the build of this lens because it's built nice, it's small, and it's compact with like nice weight to it. I love my lens to have a little bit of meat. Just call me a chubby chaser. I don't know. Now, I'm a fan of the image quality that 7artisan lenses generally produce. They are usually not clinically sharp, and we should probably accept the fact that, you know, third-party lenses from China, they're gonna make their lens a little bit flawed and a little bit not optically perfect, so it's not gonna be clinically sharp. You guys should know this by now. For me anyways, it does feel like there's like a vintage feel to it. It has decent sharpness wide open at f0.95, even on a 40MP sensor like the XT5 that I was using it on. I was surprised that this lens could resolve this much megapixels, so that's pretty good in my books. At f0.95, you're going to get some smooth bokeh. I think it's some of the smoothest bokeh I've seen from an f0.95 lens. And at f0.95, this is also good for low light scenarios because you can just allow in so much light. You have no idea how much this saves me when I travel to places that doesn't have adequate lighting in certain parts of town. It's very useful. I've only used this lens for portraits, so I'm not too concerned about sharpness and stopping it down. I think at f0.95, it's much sharper than other f0.95 lenses that I've tried in the past. It's much sharper at f0.95 than the 7artisans 35mm f1.2 lens at f1.2, so let that sink in. This lens shows a lot of color fringing when you're shooting it wide open. I find in some situations to not be bothersome, but some are. And I guess that's like the characteristics and the charm of having an f0.95 lens, isn't it? You're not going to get an optically good lens, and that's what we have other lenses for. And obviously, once you stop it down to like f5.6, you're going to get like a sharp image across the frame. But honestly, I only ever shoot at f0.95, and if I'm having difficulty acquiring focus because of its razor thin focal plane, I'll stop it down to like f2.8, where it does sharpen up and gets rid of some of that color fringing. However, saying that, I did get some beautiful images with this lens that I'm very, very happy with. I also think that this lens produces some pleasing lens flare as well when you're shooting towards the sun. It's a lot better than some of the other f0.95 lenses out there. Oh my god, the other ones are just horrible. And as mentioned earlier, I wish this lens had a click aperture. As a photographer, I'm not a fan of these clickless apertures anymore. We got to get rid of this. And again, the lens cap is not secure. This lens cap sucks, guys. Like, we're paying so much for this lens already. Might as well give us a decent lens cap, 7artisans. Can you give us that? Like, do you not love us? Are we like the redheaded stepchild? You're not paying attention to us? Like, give us like a better lens cap. And as mentioned earlier, the color fringing wide open can be a distraction for some people. This lens is priced at $249, which is surprisingly not bad for an f/0.95 lenses out on the market right now. This one, for its price and its image quality you get, it's pretty good. I find this lens to have a really good value. It's not the sharpest f/0.95 lens I've seen, but it's not the worst at f/0.95. I still have a couple more f/0.95 lenses to test out before I can make that decision, but 7artisans looking real good right now. And if you do get this lens, you're going to get some pretty good looking images while having a lot of fun taking this lens out. Honestly, I had a lot of fun shooting with this lens. It's a very fun lens to take out for your creative shoots. Probably not something you would use for your clients because it doesn't have autofocus. Manual focusing can slow down the shooting when time is money for a client, right? So what are your thoughts on this lens? Leave your comments down in the description below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this lens. If you're interested in this lens, I'll leave the links to it down in the description below. And if you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. As always, my name is Tongue, and I'll see you in the next video. I love you.